Looking for something to read? Well, these are the books that I've written. Hop on down to the description to find the Amazon links for all 4 of them, and keep your eyes open for more in the future. With that said, on to the video. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Omni viewer, and I got blindsided by the second trailer for GAMERA REBIRTH. First, blindsided by the fact that it actually happened, and second, blindsided by what's actually in it. And, I think it might actually work. I mean, it looks like it's actually going to deliver a good show. Like, there's definitely going to be action. There is no denying that. This trailer is 100% action. And it seems to be playing into that whole idea of when you're animating this sort of thing, you can do stuff that you can't necessarily do that easily with live action. So they're going to have that kind of thing in there. And we also get our, not only the full reveal of the kaiju roster, maybe, but I'll get on that in a moment, but also we get our full looks at what they're going to look like, not just the silhouettes, but we actually get to see them, not just Jiger and Gauss and Gamera, of course. First things first, the final kaiju to be revealed is Viras, the squid monster, although based on what the design looks like, they seem to have incorporated some insectoid aspects into him, and the green part makes me almost think he looks kind of plant-like. They're probably going to go in some really bizarre direction with him. But Viras is the final kaiju that we know of. And when we get our full looks at Zigra and Giron and all the others, they look good. Like, it looks like their designs are properly updated. I know people were skeptical about certain things, like Zigra's wide fins that made him look almost like a stingray. Some people weren't sure about how that would actually look. Or I mentioned that I thought Giron's head maybe looked a bit too narrow, but in execution it actually doesn't look that bad. Also, and I don't know if this is just my imagination or not, but the humans also don't look that bad. Like, the style hasn't really changed, but the few glimpses we get of them don't look as awful as the first time I saw them. I don't know if I'm just getting used to it, or if maybe there was some tweaking done after that first teaser was revealed, but they still aren't the best looking parts of the trailer, but it does look like maybe they're not going to be that bad. I don't know, though. Now, a couple of times I've said that Viras is the last of the kaiju to be revealed that we know of. Why do I keep saying that? Well, because the very end of the trailer seems to hint that maybe there's something else. That you know, they have the subtitled word saying, "What is that? It can't be." And that's over a shot of Earth taken from the moon, it looks like, implying that maybe there's something else that's going to happen. Maybe a new opponent, maybe it's Legion or something. I don't know. It could just be misdirection. But I gotta say, it could be hinting at something else. I've always kind of had it in the back of my mind that they could potentially still introduce a new monster, even with all of the returning monsters that they're doing. The potential is still there for them to bring in a new one as the final opponent. But we don't know. Honestly, we don't. So anyway, I mean, that's purely in the realm of speculation. I can't really say anything one way or the other. All I can say is that what we do see looks like it's going to deliver a fun show. I mean, I'm as surprised as anyone else, because I despised what Seshita did on the Polygon trilogy, but then again, his recent statements seem to imply that it's not what he wanted to do. And I'm starting to believe him. Like, I wasn't sure at first. I read that interview and I was thinking, well, he might just be saying this stuff, or he might be playing a game, or he might be sincere. I'm starting to actually believe he was sincere. Now, we will see ultimately, but this seems to be a series that could go in a direction that's just meant to be a fun time for fans. And it seems to be lacking in pretensions as well. The few people who actually will defend the Godzilla Polygon trilogy will often use the argument that fans just can't wrap their head around deeper themes and just want mindless action. Well, as someone who forced himself to sit through all three of those movies, I can tell you, and I've told you many times before, that's not true. First of all, fans do like having substance mixed with their style. And second, the Polygon trilogy has no substance. It is pretentious. Those deep themes that everyone talks about when they're trying to defend it aren't really that deep. The best I can compare the movies to, after many years of thinking about it, is that it's like a parrot that was trained to quote Nietzsche. It's spouting stuff that sounds philosophical, but its comprehension of what it's saying is nil. And if given the choice between sitting through something like that, or sitting through something that's just a fun action romp, I'm gonna choose the latter simply because it knows what it is, and it has no shame about it and no pretensions of being more than that. And I can respect that a lot more than something that's trying to sound smart, yet it's actually just brainless and shallow. So yes, this trailer looks really action-packed, and it's actually got me more pumped than I expected to be, but I'm not complaining. Even the fact that it's still that weird polygon-esque 3D style, that's not bothering me. It looks like they've actually done something right with it. Based on the trailer, of course. Again, this is just a trailer. There's still the possibility that this could be a dumpster fire again, but I feel like that possibility is decreasing the more we learn about this show. Fingers crossed. But here's the most significant thing, and this also ties into One Monstrous Moment, so if you want to be part of One Monstrous Moment, you really need to listen up here. We finally have a release date, and it looks like the rumors circulating that it was going to debut in September have come to pass. We officially now know that it's going to debut on Thursday, September 7th, 2023. So how does that affect the release date for One Monstrous Moment? Well, I originally had it scheduled for the 1st because I'd seen September floating around, but I didn't exactly know when. I'd heard early September, but I never heard an exact date. So I just decided, for now, 1st of September. I'm not going to keep that, but I don't necessarily want to put it on the day of the debut either, because that feels counterintuitive. There are only so many hours in the day, and I don't want people to feel like they're torn between either watching these things, or if you're participating in it, uploading them, and watching Gamera Rebirth. So rather than put it on the day of, I'm going to put it on the day before. Gamera Rebirth debuts on September 7th, so the One Monstrous Moment Rebirth will debut on September 6th. That's a Wednesday. That is the date. Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. That is the release date for One Monstrous Moment Rebirth. You still have the last little bit of July and all of August and the first little bit of September to get your videos done if you're participating. And for the rest of you, you'll just have to wait and see what the results are. I've got my script already written up. Now I can film it and really take my time refining it. So, best of luck to everyone else. Anyway, yeah, that's the big news. The trailer has dropped, we have a release date, we have the full lineup, unless of course they're hiding something from us, and it actually looks good. I think this really is gonna work out. I'm hoping it's gonna work out. I really am. I mean, we will see. Gamera has shown up Godzilla before. Maybe this will be one of those times. It wouldn't be that hard, all things considered, when you look at the kind of Godzilla content we've been getting. But that being said, Gamera Rebirth, it does look good. And I am hoping against hope that it is as good as it looks. Anyway, if you've seen the trailer, I'm sure you've got as many thoughts as I have, and maybe you'll have an easier time getting them out by writing rather than rambling in front of a camera. So go ahead, leave some comments, and let's keep riding this hype train all the way to the end. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see us keep doing what we're doing, you might consider doing all the usual YouTube things, as well as hopping down to the description to find links to DeviantArt, Patreon, Twitter, and links for the different books in the Tales from the Omni Vault universe. Your support is naturally appreciated. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.